So we're up to a point where we've got a valid HTML page. We know that because we put it through the W3C validator and it says it's good, so that's nice. And we're going to do styles, we're going to do colors and fonts and stuff like that. But before we do that, I'd like to just deal with one thing that I find a little bit upsetting, which is the indentation. I'm finding this quite hard to read. It feels like all of the tags all mushed in together. And typically we use indentation to help us to see how things are nested inside other things. So I'm going to go Control-A, Control-C on this, and I'm going to go to HTML beautifier. And I find that the top one, there's loads of them, but the top one works as well as any. And if I paste all of that code and say format HTML, it does some magic, and you can see it just tidies it up for me. So I'm going to copy to clipboard, go back over here, Control-A, and then delete that lot and Control-V. So what that shows me is I've now got the head contains the title and the body contains all of these paragraphs and stuff. And I can see this block quote contains this paragraph. It's in this case it probably hasn't helped a huge amount, but when we get to more complex pages, it really helps to see how things are contained inside other things. Right, meanwhile, moving on. We want some styles. Now, we do not put styles, if we can avoid it, into this HTML. This should just be the structure of the page. Here's the headings, here's the paragraphs, and so on. And the styles go in a separate style sheet. We're going to do that tidily. So you need to make a new folder. You don't need to, but we choose to keep things neat and tidy. We can have a folder here for our CSS, our cascading style sheet. We'll have another folder in here in a bit for images, but yeah, this is going to be our cascading style sheet. And if I go into that folder and right click, and I'm going to make a new text document again, and it's going to be stylesheet.css, and remove the .txt off the end. Remember, if you don't see the .txt, it means that you haven't got this file name extensions box ticked. And I'm going to say this style sheet edit with Notepad as well. So I've now got these two open in different tabs here. This style sheet, let's put something into it. I'm going to say, can we give the body, so the whole body of the page, that body tag which contains everything, and I'm going to give it a style, and the way we say these are going to be the styles that it has, and we use a curly bracket, a brace. So I have a particular style of indentation that is the standard style, and with the braces formatted like that and the indentation one level, that's the style I meant. And if I start typing background, it says background color autocomplete, so I don't have to spell color because they spell it wrong anyway, being American, and I don't have to remember the hyphen or anything else like that. Background color and then a colon, and I'm going to say yellow, and should put a semicolon on the end of that line as well. So Control S. Now that will not have made any difference at all yet, because this page does not yet know that that style sheet exists. So in the head of the document, you see I am between head and /head. I'm going to put link to that style sheet. The relationship of this link is that the file is a style sheet, and the href, I think it is stylesheet.css. It might seem a bit of a pain to remember that, but the good news is you don't have to, because it's always the same. You will just be able to copy and paste that from one place to another. So saved that, I'll save my style sheet. So in theory now, when I go to my Pokemon page, it did not work. It did not come up as yellow. So that reason for that is I didn't put the folder. So you'll see here, it's inside, I'm on this Pokemon folder, this is index.html, this file here, and it's saying go into the CSS folder and then go style sheet. I forgot to say go into the CSS folder, and we do that by saying CSS/. So that's the root to that folder. Control S, hopefully this will go yellow. Yeah. So now I always change the background color to the first thing, because I now know that's connected, and I can do all kinds of styles. I can go into HTML, no, CSS, sorry, on W3 schools, and colors, backgrounds, borders, etc., etc. A whole world of style has been opened up to me, and we'll look at that in the next video.